to go to Chick-fil-A after school? I can drive us.
I mean, yeah, we can. Alvaro, do you want to go?
I don't have any money, I can't.
All right, Ava, let's go to Chick-fil-A now. Where's Alvaro?
Alvaro, I can pay for you if you want to.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
As students, you don't know who the underprivileged kids are, but you can help them by just being kind to everyone. In a situation like we showed, Alvaro didn't have money to pay for his food and Ava offered to pay for him. Just being helpful and just being kind to everyone, no matter who they are or what their situation is, and no matter what, is the best thing that you can do.
Okay.
So Mrs. Zook, what are some things that you guys do to help the underprivileged students and the kids below the poverty line in school, and ways that you help accommodate their needs?
Yeah, we have a lot of strategies that we use here at Cox High School. We identify them mainly through, we get a list, a free and reduced lunch list. Students are identified based on the income of their homes. And so we have a list, the counseling department as well as the administration. So we, at the beginning of the year, make sure that the counselors are aware of which students really need help, as well as the administration. And so we work with them in several different ways. We look at working with them, tracking their schedules, tracking what classes they're taking. We really work hard to try to encourage some of these students who don't have maybe as many examples or motivation at home possibly, take more rigorous classes. We're working on increasing our AP classes for our underprivileged students. Community partners who provide everything from help us stock a closet. We have a closet with all kinds of supplies, food, needs for these students that they can come and take. We initiate sometimes talking with the families, whether it be we provide food on Fridays for them to take home for the weekend. It could also be maybe just the holidays that we help support certain families. A lot of times the students will confide in either a counselor, an administrator. That's kind of where we get the sense of what they might need help with, and we can help in that regard as well. We actively kind of schedule and support. Not all teachers might know their status and kind of where they lie in regards to poverty. We as an admin try really hard to communicate with our teachers as well if a student's struggling or we need to help them, and that's something that we, I think, do really well here. Scholarships that we work really hard with our underprivileged students to help them and help them see what their future could be. Just exposing these students purposefully to some more opportunities.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Mr. Holm, what are the effects of students you've seen who are underprivileged, and how does it affect their education?
So kids that are at or below the poverty line a lot of times are putting their education second. Sometimes kids that are in poverty are lacking just the basics every day like a lot of students have. Whether it's breakfast, whether it's a book bag, whether it's a study place at home, whether they've had a good night's sleep the night before. There's a lot of factors that goes into a student's education today. I try to look at the whole student when I give assignments, when I work with kids, and when I try to evaluate my students. Another thing that I have found sometimes is that students are not as worldly. So I think sometimes they may not know as much as another student who's maybe traveled to California or been to the Bahamas or been to Europe or anything like that, because they haven't had those opportunities to have empirical evidence about other things that are going on in the world.
And do you have any ways that, or anything that you do to help them, or anything that you found helps them be better in the classroom?
Well, my number one thing is being supportive, trying to also be accommodating, encouragement. I tend to be a little more flexible with all my students, but if I know there's something going on with a student, doing my homework is not the most important thing at that time. And I understand, because things happen in life. In today's society, sometimes education has to take a second seat, knowing that I will make it up, we'll get it done. The other thing I do, and Ms. Roundtree and I started a few years ago, with the mask mandate and the way it's changed, is Ms. Roundtree and I bring fruit into the room now, because these kids are hungry. They may not get breakfast in the morning, they may just be hungry. We have tangerines, apples, bananas, for anybody who's hungry. And I don't say, hey, this is just for kids who can't afford food. No, it's for the whole class. It's for everybody. And kids know they're now starting to learn they can just pop in here and get something, even if they're not in my class right now. They can just come get something to eat and go instead of chips or soda. I would rather have them do this. Roundtree and I do it together.
Thank you.